Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pins and zips, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 podcast in the world. We're back for episode 125. Now, if you're new to the channel, we go over absolutely everything to do with growing your brand online, monetizing that brand, OnlyFans marketing for creators, and OnlyFans management. So how to manage ladies and make money. Now, what's on the agenda today? We have a lot. So also, if you're new, the way in which I do these videos is in podcast style format. They're not just available on YouTube. Okay, I do them in a podcast, so we go over the updates that are going on in my life. We drop some value bombs to do with business, with life, how to live better, motivation, all the good shit, and then we get into our main topic, okay? The crux of the video. And so today we'll be looking at, for OnlyFans agencies, okay, how to find girls to work for you. And if you're a lady yourself that's come across this video and you're thinking, well, how the fuck, am I going to find value in this video? You want to stick around because the way in which I do it is we're going to go over essentially what OnlyFans managers will look when poaching you. So, your goal as a creator should 100% be to work with an agency. And if you're thinking, well, why would I work with an agency and give away a % of my earnings? If they can make you more money, you can keep them accountable, which you'll learn how to do in this, and you can mitigate all the time that you put forth actually doing the work yourself. Why would you not take that? And again, we can reverse that and talk about how to pitch that as an agency. But that's at the end of today's video. We have a fucking agenda to get through today. We have some serious agendas and some serious hate to throw out today in the Mac show. So, very first thing that we're looking at is there are so fucking many OnlyFans agency experts popping up with their courses, their mini courses. Fuck me, they're popping up everywhere. These people didn't know what an OnlyFans agency was a few months ago, and now they're an expert in the field. Watch back, look back, and look how long ago my videos were posted. You can watch. This is why I love the podcast. It's transparent. I can show you the wins. I show you the losses from day one, setting up the agency. I show you where I transitioned from e-com across into OnlyFans, the wins that we had, the losses that we had, signing people up, making serious money. There are too many pretenders in this game. But the best thing about business is it weeds itself out. Value is shown and transparency is shown over time. Because people that try and build things in competition where they try and come across as experts when they are not experts, it's not a tangible business. Your business is based around you selling something, being the fact that you're an expert, when you're not an expert. How is that not simple logic to put that there, that maybe this isn't going to work out long time in the long-term game? Your efforts would be better off actually becoming an expert and focusing on this industry. For some reason in today's society, people think like the coaching industry is the most profitable industry. Yes, it's profitable, but the OnlyFans industry itself is far more profitable. Yes, it's a little bit more stressful. You have to deal with ladies. You have to make sure, you're constantly dealing with finding new girls or girls dropping out and dealing with these things, but that's business. If you think just selling information or coaching is more profitable, you're insane. You're competing with trying to sell information to people, which you need to have a lot of credibility, a lot of trust. It needs to work, okay, or people are going to be unhappy, versus selling titty pics. What do you think is easier to do? And we're going to get into some of the updates from the Discord server today. I've gone through and found some testimonials to show you, which you'll fucking all rate, because they're not even testimonials. They're just stories of Hive members that I'm finding inspiring. And I don't really have time to look through the Discord. So I checked through. Like, I had some bum message one of the dudes in my course. Hey, bro, I joined and I didn't find what I was looking for. Yeah, watched every fucking video inside the Hive. 100% maxed out. Didn't find what I was looking for. And so I'm transitioning across to someone else's course because they're active all the time in the community. And they're there to answer my questions. Motherfucker, you stink. I can tell if that cunt that you're talking about is active in his community 24/7 sitting there. He does not make serious money. He's not a fucking play. He's not out making money. He's not out doing shit. He's not out doing business. Because if he has time to sit there all day replying to his Discord fucking server or whatever little group chat he's got, he ain't making Mac Life level money. So you obviously think this is like a special mentoring pack. You ain't fucking welcome in the Hive. And the people that have had, like, we've only had a very, very small amount of people churn, but those people that do churn, I blacklist you for a reason. I have different parameters. I'm not going to give them away because you're probably a little snaky, so figure it out. But I have different parameters set up to essentially stop you from rejoining the hive. And on top of that, I have moderators there that will look for you in certain things. What is that little dot? It's like light. Is it from that light? Is it? Or is it from the backlight? Oh, it is. Look at that. See, a little green dot. Whoop. Gone. Now, what else was I doing? I was calling out some people today. I'm calling out the chodes that are out there thinking they're fucking OnlyFans agency experts. I'm calling out the weasels that like value jump. They're called value jumpers. They're always just trying to find some reason to quantify why something else is better because they don't want to put in hard work, which is what it is. And I don't care if you're in the hive or you're in some other fucks group, but I can tell you're not going to be successful based on your mindset. Your mindset is the number one dictator to show me, okay, if you're going to be successful or not. And I can tell you straight away, these people, losers. We are getting into them today. Now, what else do we got? IG. Like today, I'm meant to be verified by now on Instagram. And I had a comment on yesterday's video. I know you just wanted to see the IG update. So, as I do in the Mac life, as I like to be 100% transparent, as I have always been, let me show you, okay, the conversation. What's our timestamp? 7 minutes? I wonder if I should write this down. I don't even have a fucking pen. Where's my pen? It's made a feature appearance in every podcast. 7 minutes, we're going to say-ish. Here is the conversation that's take place. No, actually, let me tell you first. Essentially, it was I paid one guy a large sum of money who I know, who I watched go through the process and get verified. He guaranteed me it would be done within 2 weeks. Guaranteed, okay? That extended on. We're coming up to 2 months now. And for some reason, right, this just shows you how poor a lot of people's ethics are in business and why they don't make money and they especially don't win long term. He tried to re-blame me like, oh, you need to be more patient. Motherfucker said I should be more patient when I was told the turnaround time was 2 weeks. I paid a large ticket on the spot. Be patient. Be fucking patient. Anyway, so it was dealing with him and he was middlemaning it, taking his cut, which I don't care. That's the way the world works. That's business. There's nothing wrong with that. I advocate that. Okay, he was taking his cut, but if you do that, you must be a professional. Okay? He had some other dude, but I found out that other dude has connections with other dudes that are doing it. So it's like steps and steps. And anyway, each response with the differences in time as well is putting a time delay between. It got to the point now where I've just been put in a group chat with all of them. And they have essentially tried to deny accountability again and said, oh, on the day when we were going to submit you, your stuff wasn't ready. Bro, they messaged me like late one night, like my time it would have been like 2 a.m. and they were like, you need to archive this shit right now. Motherfuckers, right? Now they won't give me a direct date, but I'm gonna plug up the conversation right here because I like to be 100% accountable. And so I still have faith that it is gonna happen. I've watched the process happen, but it's just poor business. Like, imagine how much easier it would be and how much better it would be if people understood one business principle, which I'm going to give you as a free tip right now. Managing expectations. Managing expectations, which is what I teach all of you when you join, okay? It's not about making money fast, it's about making money serious and long term. Same with everything. Same with the OnlyFans industry. Yes, you can make a lot of money and yes, you can make it fast, but it's more about getting the correct skill sets in place, overcoming obstacles, setting expectations, doing things correctly and making money. So how much better would it be if instead he was like, look, bro, it's this much, but it's going to take us up to 3 months, okay? It's going to take 3 months. My expectation would be, okay, we're at 2 months. It's going to be done within a month, and it probably will be done. Boom. It would be way better, but it's just poor. Now, we're at nearly 10 minutes, 9 minutes 30. Let me drop the recent conversation here. Bing! Okay, I have a little read. I'll let you have a little read for yourself. It all takes place inside of WhatsApp. And if you message or anyone's messaged about anything to do with verification or the rap stuff that's gone up on Instagram, you won't get a reply from my team. And the reason's pretty simple. Any of those conversations, my team or myself, if I see them, will just be deleted. Simply because of the fact that Instagram can read through those and then that can get your verification taken away. So, that does not take place. And that leads on to the next point of today. So hopefully that addressed that. That's what's going on with the verification. So we're hoping soon. Now they're telling me more posts like motherfuckers. Anyway, that leads on to a lot of people thinking I have time to reply to them personally on Instagram. Hey bro, I want to join the hive. I just have 47 questions to ask. Motherfuckers, do you think I'm a nice person? Like, how much time do you think I have to sit there? I have family that I'm hanging out with. I have multiple businesses that I'm running to attend to. I'm constantly looking through my analytics, doing data research. I'm managing a team of people. I'm out doing shit. I'm traveling. I'm training jiu-jitsu. Like, do you think I have time to sit there and reply on Instagram to your 47 questions because you might join the hive mind? And if you think this like sounds, oh my God, who's a cunt? I am a cunt. But guess what? I have the right to be. I've built expertise. I've built skills. What you're doing is procrastinating because you don't want to take a risk. Look at your own psychology. Have some fucking introspection. Look at yourself. You're saying, oh, I don't want to commit fucking whatever the small monthly price is because there's a risk involved. You need to change your own fucking mindset. The quicker you put money out, okay, and this doesn't matter if you never want to come on board with the hive mind. This is general business advice in life. The quicker you put money out for business, the faster of a feedback loop you will create. If you put out money fast and they're all failures, you are going to learn lessons 10x faster than stalling. The only difference is time. You sitting there wasting time because of your own fear of losing. That's all it is. And those sort of people, no, I don't have time. More so than anything, I don't have time to answer your fucking Instagram chats. And then the worst, like I get spammed with people who see me look at one thing, I reply, okay, like I'll read one of their messages, I'll reply, and then they'll ask something, or it's a customer service thing, or they'll ask 10 questions, and then they send me 10 question marks like, bro, why'd you stop replying to me? Motherfucker, I'm busy. Do you not understand how quick my IG inbox fills back up with messages? And you think I'm going to sit there and then see your message again and then double reply? How much time do you think I'm going to waste with you? Fuck. You can tell I am caffeinated today and I'm feeling good. The body is clean of all the weeks of whatever it is that I've had. And then today we're back on in the gym grind. So we are moving. Okay. So we're going over the IG verifications. You know where we are. We know there's so many phonies popping up in the game right now. There's some really good points here today, actually. Some other shit that we're going to get into before the Onlyfans because... yeah, first thing's a poll. Let's get the poll. And before we hit the poll, make sure you hit subscribe. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, okay, fucking hit subscribe and join the hive mind. Let's look at the poll of the day. Should I get an editor for these videos? Do you think it would be more valuable? I've watched Alex Hormozi now. He had the exact same approach where it was very minimally edited. It was just value. His brand grew very, very fast, okay, because he brought value. But he never touched an editor, and now he's transitioned to having an editor. There are pros and cons. Obviously, with an editor, it's going to take more of my time away each day. I'm going to have to train them. I'm going to have to tell them about the way in which things are going to be done, whether that's a friend, whether that's someone online, whatever it is. I've got to reach out to them. You know, I've got to upload the video to Google Drive. They've got to get it edited. They've got to pop it up. Then I've got to check it. There's going to be a time difference, time delay. If they're sick one day, then fucking this and that. Okay, so... there's a lot of cons that can go with it, but the benefits would be like, obviously we're going to have highly edited videos with B-roll over the top, you know, talking. We're going to chop out the little bits of lag where I'm having like just brain death because it's hard to talk for 40 minutes straight. So it's up to you guys. Like, let me know down below in the comments. Do you think an editor would be good? I tell you what, my neck as well, from jits. Your neck gets fucking grinded over the years because you're so used to fucking like this to protect yourself from being fucking choked at all times. Your neck gets destroyed. Anyway, do you think an editor at this stage would be good? Or maybe it's not just now. Maybe I do need an editor, but it's not just yet. Should I wait until, you know, we hit like 10k subs? Maybe that's something that then we should do it. Or what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I am taking on some feedback for this at the moment, and I'm weighing up whether or not to get an editor. That's the next update as well. I hired another thumbnail dude. The last one was great, but he goes to me, oh, bro, I need to take some days off for this, for that. And then I said, how long, bro? 3 days, okay? 7 days later, not accepting orders. Then he tries to message me yesterday as I've hired someone else 9 days later. Again, you just can't do this. If you think you're going to be successful in business by setting the wrong expectations and then not delivering on them, you're insane. And then, okay, this is how you succeed in business. All you have to do is over deliver on your expectations. So, and this is what the OnlyFans stuff we'll be talking about today as well. This is very, very important. The new Fiverr dude, which I attached, I told him once exactly how they should look. They all come out perfect. 99% perfect. We had to make one little adjustment. All 99% perfect, and he over-delivered. The sample was meant to take 1 day. It took him 3 hours. Okay? The order for 10 thumbnails, which I've just put up, was meant to take 2 to 3 days. It was done within 24 hours. Over-deliver on your expectations and you get repeat business. That guy, right, if he can maintain this and he can continue to do that, the problem is a lot of people do this and then they fold off. If he can continue to over-deliver on these expectations, okay, he's just gained himself, what do I drop, 14, 15 videos a week? Long format videos? Like, he's just gained himself like $15 a thumbnail times whatever. 15 a thumbie times fucking 15 a week. And you're like, Mac, why don't you know this math? 15 times 15. What the fuck is on? It's hard to maintain your thought process of the potty and do math at the same time, okay? Anyway, he's going to make himself about 300 a week. Got me a little stall there. Okay, next. Yeah, I want to rehash that again. If I'm not replying to you on Instagram, get the fuck over it. Next. Let's look at some testimonials. Here is 2. I had them up here. I want to make sure I get the exact number right. But we had, there was actually 5 in there. I won't put up 1 because it's so like long stretched you'll never be able to read it on YouTube. Like it's a Discord message. It's so long stretched. But essentially someone said, I joined the Hive Mind with the intention of doing the OnlyFans stuff. Okay, the OnlyFans management. But for shits and giggles, I watched Max Marketplace modules as well. Chucked up a product. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I just closed a $1,000 sale on Marketplace. Okay? Just like that. What other fucking thing returns that? You look at the price of the Hive Mind, like that's an entire year and now you have that knowledge for life. And that's from 1 sale. Again, that was a cool one. But here's 2 actual ones that I'll put up. So the timestamp, fuck, my pen would be handy. Timestamp's about 18 minutes. Put them both up. Bing, bing. Okay? These are OnlyFans sales screenshots, members inside the Discord that you can chat with. One of them, okay, did 480 in sales within 15 minutes, okay? So did 2 $200 message sales and 1 $80 message sale from 1 customer in 1 day, okay, on 1 girl's account, $480. Don't understand the money that can be made today is fucking insane. Then we have another... Remember, you can see here, oh, I've already fucking put him up. You can see his was a lot more, okay, but he made $800 in 1 day. Over $800 in 1 day from 1 customer on 1 girl's account. And you're not in the Hive Mind because you're procrastinating. You're a procrastinator. Join the fucking Hive. The link's down below. You know where it is. Like, this is, I think Alex Amozia, I was watching one of his videos yesterday, and the way in which he described it, because he can obviously voice or express his opinions a lot more concise than I can. He has a way with words, I feel, that he can express a lot more logically. And he essentially said, a lot of people think about this wrong. And this is exactly the way that, not the way that I think about it being wrong, but this is the way in which I've always thought about this, but I just haven't been able to express it to everyone here on YouTube, is buying courses, buying information, buying mentors speeds up the process significantly. Significantly. I've always been a massive advocate that you should reinvest into education. But, okay, this is where a lot of people's mindset falter, is they think, I need to buy this and this is going to make me a millionaire, otherwise it didn't work. Like, nothing does that, ever. To become a millionaire in any industry, and I'm just using millionaire because it's a term thrown around, is a combination of a multitude of different skills. Let's look at e-commerce. You need to understand branding. You need to understand product selection. You need to understand what's trending, okay? How to identify trends in product markets. You need to understand how to scale Facebook ads. You need to understand how to set up Facebook ads. You need to understand remarketing ads. You need to understand emails. You need to understand funnels. You need to understand copywriting. You need to understand delivering value. You need to understand shipping times and why they're important. You need to understand logistics. There is a whole magnitude of skills, okay? So rather than looking at this course is going to be the thing that makes me a millionaire, you need to look at, or mentorship or whatever, you need to think, if I can pay $1,000 and add one little tool to my tool belt, if I can add in the hammer, okay, that's going to help me towards building the workshop, it is a massive fucking time saver. Because when it comes time to hammer those nails in, if you're there using your fucking head trying to use the nails like most of you people and then complaining, oh, I bought a fucking course and it only got me the wrench, which will help you later on, okay? You're wasting time. You should be buying multitude of education. Here. Adding to the tool belt. Very, very important. That wasn't even a fucking thing of the day. That was just a free update on top. Okay. Now, yeah, and do let me know about the editor. I'm dead serious. Leave the comments down below. And you know, another thing, like that, my fucking video editor for my shorts, it was another one. He was smashing it at the beginning. And then he was like, bro, oh, some shit. I need 2 days off. 2 days turned into 2 weeks. Bro, how much time do you think I have to fucking waste in the Mac life? Okay? This is the thing, and this is one of the pitfalls of working with freelancers rather than a hired team. You can't hold accountability as well with sole contractors, so it's just something you have to learn to deal with. But I have to learn to take accountability. So, okay, rather than looking at saying I have one main edit, Jesus. One main editor and one main... That was a fucking probiotic shot that I had. I could taste it. I don't have one main editor, one main thumbnail guy. I need a multitude of these guys sitting there ready. Have the main dude who crushes it, and as soon as he falters, just... And if he does it a certain amount of times, cut him off, replace him. Ruthless. Okay. And then the last point before we get into the OnlyFans content is... Oh, also, I'm going to travel. If you've watched back those other travel videos and you think I'm still not traveling to every country, you're insane. We're just doing it in a very special way. We're setting up the home base and then we're dipping out. Like, next trip will be as long as we can actually get in. It'll be Japan, South Korea, and maybe, I don't know, Taiwan or something else around there. Who knows? Yeah. Last point. Then we're getting into the OnlyFans shit. If you're already succeeding in business, usually it's just overcomplicating the process. You're like, oh, why isn't it speeding up? And you're being impatient, but you're not being... It's not about being impatient. There's still work to be done, but you're just not doing the boring shit. You're overcomplicating the process. Your landing page isn't as good as it can be. You haven't messaged every single customer and just sent out a custom thank you email to all of them. You haven't closed every customer service problem that could be closed 100% and over-delivered on value. You know, you haven't gone through Lucky Orange if you're using Shopify or anything that records, you know, clicks on page and make sure that all your pictures are optimized and that the bounce rate is minimized. You know, you haven't A/B split tested your fucking titles and made sure that they're perfect. You haven't A/B split tested your ad sets, okay? You're slacking on replying to messages to onboard girls in OnlyFans. You're slacking on providing value to customers. It's just doing the basics better over a long period of time. Shiny object syndrome, I talk about this in every video, okay, and I talk about staying consistent, but it really is the fucking #1 killer of all of your businesses. You see like some little success, you hit a plateau, and then you niche swap or you jump. You leave, you fucking mess up, you have one small thing and that's it. Losers. Here I am, 125 podcasts deep, solo. I've dropped 125 podcasts, and people saying, oh bro, like you should have guests on. I might after 1,000. That's how I'm thinking, long-term game. I'm not here just like, oh, I might do guests and make it better and I can get out 18 podcasts in my life. We're 125 in, and I was talking like this at podcast #1. Wait and see how fucking much we're booming by a podcast 1,000. Okay. Enough for listening to me ramble, destroying my voice. I've still got another video to film after this. Let's get into it. Okay, we're looking at, for OnlyFans agencies, how to find girls, how to hire girls. Okay, there are 3 main ways in which we can do it. But #1 thing, okay, up here, that's going to make it all easier is you need to understand it's a long-term game, which I've just talked about. You should have that rehashed in your mind. The longer you stay in it, the better your skills are going to get, the better your landing page is going to get, the better your onboarding process is going to get, the better you can automate things, the better you can identify problems and fix them before they happen. If you commit to this, commit long term. Otherwise, don't watch this fucking video. Just fucking leave. You're wasting my time being here and you're wasting your time. So get the fuck off the Mac Show. If you are here, you're committed, you want to stick to this industry long term, you want to make a shit ton of money, okay, you want to bring people value, hit subscribe and let's get into it. Number one thing you need to understand is you need a landing page. You can use anything. I'm not going to show you how to set up a fucking landing page in this podcast, okay? You can go ahead. My recommendations is, and if you're saying, yeah, but it can get you banned, you're already a problem person. You're already not looking at ways to navigate and ways to skirt. You've got to be able to walk around the guidelines. No fun happens staying in the safety zone. You got to skirt the guidelines. Use Shopify or Wix, okay? And make sure you just don't have sexualized pictures. You don't have nudity, okay, on your fucking landing page. You don't need to put that. You can have it, you can word it in a way where it's not really an adult content, okay? There's no adult content being pushed out. And unless, you know, you get an enormous amount of reports or something, it's never going to be picked up. It's never going to be flagged. And if it does, just create a new account. What are you complaining about? You just lose a little bit of that pixel data. Who gives a fuck? So, and there's ways to navigate all these issues. Set up your landing page for your agency to onboard girls. This should be your number one thing. Why? Okay, because if you're hiring girls using these methods that I talk about and you don't have an agency page, it's not improving over time. Your onboarding process is just you, and it's very hard to track everything that you do because you have different conversations with people, you try different things, some things work. It's very hard to calculate all that data. But when everything gets sent to a funnel, okay, it's very, very easy to tweak. Look at where the traffic come from, look at what amount of people converted. And at the start, it's not easy because you need data, but that's why you want to start it as soon as possible, because the more data you get, the easier it is to make decisions like a robot, to the point where you're just macking it and you just get on, you click a few buttons, you make some fucking look at some data and money just rolls to your bank, okay? So get your agency page set up. You can use Shopify. You can set up custom pages using Pagefly. It's free, or they have cheap plans. Gem Pages. I think there's another one, Shogun or Shotgun Page Builder I used to use. You could use Wix. I don't use Wix, but you could use Wix 100%. All you need is a contact form. But if you have the capital there, it's more expensive, but I recommend it. I have a link down below to give you an extended period. Try Kajabi out. It's what I'll be teaching in the Onlyfans 2.0, which is coming out, and it'll be copy-paste. Because when OnlyFans 2.0 comes out, you want to understand how all this works, because I'm just going to give you a copy-paste liquid file that you can upload. There's your agency done, ready to go. You just change out the text with your agency name, optimize a few pictures, and that's it. Boom. You have the highest, hottest converting funnel. And if you say, oh yeah, how do I know it's the hottest? No one else in the game is doing this shit. Try and look at any other OnlyFans agency owner that's doing this shit. And you don't understand, I'm not just testing this on my account. I have a handful of beta test students that I've already got a multitude of data coming in, testing this, and different websites set up. King. Okay? So, number one thing that you need is a funnel. Go ahead, play around with Kajabi or use Shopify. I don't care. You can use any of those things. Use Shopify, whatever. Have a play around, okay? Start to build out your landing pages. Have a bit of fun, okay? And then it doesn't matter, but at least get the feel of it before 2.0 comes out. And if you want to launch, that's fine. Launch it, okay? And then start collecting data. That's the first thing. Now we're going to look at the 3 methods that you need to get to hire girls. And ladies, if you're watching this, okay, this is how people will outreach to you. But the most important thing will come at the end of this video, which is like how to convince people to work for you, okay? And ladies, what you should look for, okay, when you're looking for an agency to work with. So, the 3 main ways that you have, okay? You can run paid ads to your OnlyFans agency, okay? This is going to really test your skills from a systematical standpoint. You need to make sure your landing page is good. You need to have patience. You need to be able to navigate guidelines to get your ads to run. It requires a multitude of skills in the tool belt, okay? But they're good to learn. So you can run paid ads. You can use TikTok ads, have Linktree, drive that across. You could use Google ads, okay? You can use YouTube videos and YouTube ads, okay? And if it gets banned, who cares? Create another account. You can run YouTube ads 100%. You can run Facebook ads. That's all driving to the landing page. Option number 2 is to a direct contact. So this is like almost the way in which you would sales call someone. Not outreach, but this is like inbound sales calls. This is the new future of our inbound sales calls. You have people, okay, go to you via DM on Instagram, or you can set up a DM from Facebook to WhatsApp and they DM you. Now, obviously, the more credible you are, the better of a social profile you have online, the easier it's going to be to convert. These are all, again, a magnitude of skills that you have to learn. And if you say to me, Mac, it's easy for you to close girls because you're famous on Instagram and have a massive following. And what do you think, I was just born with a massive following, cunt? Are you retarded? I had to put in years of fucking hustle to build that. Back in the trenches when I was broke, going to op shops, collecting books to resell on eBay in bundles, telling people about it. I made $40 here, testing the drop shipping stores. That's what built the audience, you little whinger. Now, that was nice. That's the nicest insult I've ever dropped, little whinger. So, stop making excuses. Okay, if your social profile is not great, great. It's an opportunity to start to learn and build that social profile. Look at these oldies. They gather out the front. They love it. They're listening into the Mac show. They always gather. Okay, look at these teeth too. They're getting there. Look at the top. They're looking fucking fab. Go back and watch the first video with it. This one's all thanks to Invisalign. Once these are veneered, they're going to be insane. They're going to be insanely white. And the bottom ones still obviously need a heap of work, but so much better. These are all like fully crowded, so Invisalign recommended. And then, okay, the last way in which we can do it, which is the hardest way to convert. But again, I say hard. There's been some success stories of people messaging out to like 10 people and getting girls. It's just cold messaging. You know what to do. Inherently, you know what to do. You just want someone to guide you and tell you this is what you need to do because you're too lazy to try or you're too scared of failing. Reach out to 1,000 women via Instagram, reach out via email, reach out on TikTok, create custom videos, whatever you can do to flag attention. Now, there's different ways that you can get attention, but it's just cold outreach. It's free, but it's time consuming. It works. It just takes a large amount of numbers. Okay? They're the 3 ways that you can get girls to work for you. But this next part of the video, don't go anywhere because now I'm going to tell you how to close these girls. The most important thing, going from a salesman to a closer. And I remember being, at the call center, and it was really when this became evident to me that there was some natural salesmen there, and when I'd talk to them I'd go down and have lunch or whatever in the office. Normally I'd go out and have lunch. It was great. If you're a good salesman back in that day, you could do whatever you want. There was us 5 people up the top, and we used to go out pretty much together and exclude everyone else. But I'd go down to like the lunch break room and I'd have a coffee and people would say, oh bro, I see you on the scoreboard. How do you just fucking crush it every day? Da-da-da-da-da. Any tips? And I'd say, well, what are you tracking? What are your sales? And they'd say, well, I'm actually doing this. And I'm thinking, well, you're already a good salesman. What is it that's different? And and they're trying to read me their pitch or whatever. And I'm thinking it's not really their sales skills. It's their closing skills. They don't have the ability to close. To close someone is different than a sales skill. Sales skill is the ability to present the right information in the right way, I feel. The sales skill is the ability to present the right information in the right way that makes people feel like they want to buy. Where a close, okay, is overcoming all of the negative internal dialogue that's there to the point where they're asking you if they can buy. That's what I feel the difference is. And I could have worded this back in the day. I didn't know how to bring this across to people. So I don't know, I'm just sexy and I guess you're not sexy. But that's what it is. It's the ability to inherently, you shut down all their inner dialogues of negativity because people are looking for one reason not to buy. And when you can do that, you shut down all their objections to the point where then they're asking you if they can buy. And that's what a closer is. And I'm an OG closer of this game. And I'm only young. People are I'm very young in this game. I'm only a young, fresh-blooded man. You give me another 10 years of practicing closing. I don't need to be an expert, but I will be in 10 years. So this is what I recommend, okay? And ladies, pay attention here because this is how you get to find the right agency owner for you. They need to be able to provide you all this value. Boys, the easiest way to overcome an objection of ladies being like this is number one objection. Actually, let me give you some gem advice first. Anticipate objections. If you're saying, yeah, well, none of them want to work with me, get the fuck, stop whinging. What is it with losers? Go read the book Extreme Ownership, Extreme Accountability by Jocko Willink. Take everything on board as yourself. The only reason you're not succeeding in anything has nothing to do with the external. It's your ability to influence it. Okay? Fuck. See how angry I get with you losers? Okay, but this is hopefully the way in which I'm doing this is helping you all. Because it may come across as harsh, but I'm trying to drill the message. A lot of you need it. So, anticipate the objections that you're going to have. A lot of girls are going to say, well, why would I work with you when I could do it myself? How can I trust you? Why would I want to give up a percentage of my cut? And when you anticipate all these things, okay, you can start to build in your head little stories around that. And then you can test them on people. It doesn't matter if you close them or not the first time, because you can use that on other people and eventually you'll find what works. You find your rhythm. But the easiest way is to anticipate that. But even better is to, I call it like attack, like stab them with their own sword before they get a chance to stab you with it. So what do I mean is, internally, they're already thinking that. A girl's thinking, why, and ladies watching this, you're probably thinking that. Why would I want to work with an agency owner when they're just going to take 50%? Okay? Give them that before they give you that. So say you're probably thinking, why would you want to work with me if I'm going to take a massive cut of your money? What? I was thinking that. You're already right. I was thinking that. Why would I? Now they're already on your team. They're like, fuck, this guy already knows what I'm thinking. Okay? It's not you selling to them. They feel like you're agreeing with them. Okay? You put yourself in this position. And for some salespeople, this just comes across naturally. You'll just naturally do this. But you essentially want to, you hit them with the negative before they get a chance. And this is called worst case scenario. But a lot of people forget there's 3 parts to this. You want to say, worst case scenario, like, you're thinking like, I'm going to take 50%. So let's combat that. Let's say, okay, worst case scenario, I make you no more money than you're making now. Let's just try for a month. We can sign a little contract that says a 1-month trial period. Okay. And, if you can't see some progress, and you can define what this is, you can't see that this is going to be beneficial to you. Okay. You can opt out, and all you've lost is 1 month. Okay, you've taken a chance, and maybe I got to see some of your titty pics. That's it. Okay, you've hit them with the worst case scenario, and they're thinking now, okay, that is actually the worst case scenario. That's the worst thing that could happen. Okay, they know now. You've reaffirmed and you've told them. And then you've told them, is that really so bad? Okay, but now you say, let's look at, okay, the middle case scenario. Let's say you come on board with us. You know, it's nothing exceptional. You're just an average girl that we have on board, but we know how to do our job. Okay, we've already discussed what the worst case scenario is, and we get you some result. Okay, you're now doing none of the work. You're just uploading. We've given you all your time back. We're handling all the messaging. We're doing all of this, and we make you more money, and that's an average case. Would that be worth it? And then they think, well, they're going to weigh up the worst case again. They're going to go, worst case, it's 1 month, and doesn't work, I can quit, no harm done. But if it does, I'll make some extra money than compared to what I'm making now, and I'm doing less work. Okay, that sounds pretty reasonable. And then you say to them, okay, but let's look at the best case scenario. Let's imagine, okay, everything just does work out. And we've already discussed the worst case scenario. We've already discussed the middle case scenario, which is what happens for most people. But what if you're one of our top people? That's still a possibility, okay? Maybe your account explodes, the marketing that we use and the tactics that we use explodes your account, okay? And you go from, making 2K a month now to 10K a month. We're happy because we're making a few extra grand a month. You're making like fucking 7-8 grand. Let's just, whatever the math works out to be. You're making 7-8 grand. We're making a few grand a month. You're now doing none of the work. Your socials are exploding and you're just getting all this money flow in. Would it be worth it then to sign up today, knowing the worst case scenario is it just doesn't really work out in a month? And they're like, no, fuck it, it would be worth it. You've anticipated the worst and then you've shown them all the way to the best. You've shown them the 3 stages. This is how you close anyone. And you can do that, okay, for every objection. How can I trust you? Okay, there's another one. How can I trust you? And ladies, if you're watching this, now you know, okay, what to look for in an agency as well. Reverse that in your head. Think, worst case scenario, you sign up with an agency compared to doing it on your own now. What happens? You lose out on a month. Okay, you lose a little bit of money. Okay, and then you realize the agency's not for you. Now you can say to agencies, I don't want to sign a 12-month contract, but I'll sign a 1-month trial contract with you. Now you know that there is a best case scenario. This could all happen. The best case scenario can happen, and it is very, very likely inside of the OnlyFans industry. But I want, ladies, this one's for you before I add in the last bit. I want you to ask yourself as well, if you were to have a shit agency, okay, and get the worst case scenario, but you did that 10 times. You did that as quick as possible over 10 times, and maybe you make it like a 2-week trial so you can speed up the process. Rather than, 10 months, it's only going to take you 5. And you can say, if you tried that 10 times with 10 agencies that you thought were going to be good, do you think you're going to get it right once? You don't need to get it right every single time. But if you try 10 times with 10 agencies to work with them, and you find one that then start making you tens of thousands of dollars a month, you're doing none of the work, would it be worth it to have failed those other 9 times? If you're saying no, you shouldn't be watching my video. Honestly, you shouldn't be watching this video. But if you try 10 times and you get it just once, okay, you're 1,000x better off. It's like winning the 1 in 100, but you're only doing 1 in 10, if that makes sense. Now, boys, okay, like I said, providing value, you pick apart their worst case scenario, okay? You've told them this is what it is, we're going to provide value here. And if you're thinking, fuck, I don't know if I can actually get them tangible results in 2 weeks, or you're thinking, I'm new to this, I've never managed a girl before, what is it that you actually have a fear of? You have a fear of failing. That's what it is. You have a fear of failing, and then that person going, well, this didn't work out, I don't want to work with you. So what? What did you gain, boys? You gained experience in the industry. If you test it out, okay, and it doesn't work out, and you don't deliver them more results, you're probably going to get paid a little bit of money for your time anyway, and you're going to learn where you went wrong, where you didn't deliver value. And if you're going to say, yeah, well, I wasted my time, you shouldn't be in business. If you think it's going to be profitable ROI from day one, you're not built for success. Okay? Get out there, learn to fail. That's okay. If you fail with that lady and she's disappointed in you, and then it takes you 3 more, and then you finally figure out, hey, maybe Mac was the OG. Maybe I should listen to what the fuck he's saying and try the Tinder method to snap. And I am getting sales for her and she's happy. Then you can even hit back up the old girls and say, look, let me rectify my mistakes in the past. As a good Christian man I am, let me rectify these mistakes. I know we worked together in the past. I made a little bit of money. You didn't lose money, but you wasted time. Give me one more chance. I'm going to work for you for 2 weeks for free and at least make you back some extra money on the house. And then if you want to work together, we can work together. Fuck me. This should have been a paid $1,000 video. I brought the energy, I brought the heat, I brought the value. You can hit subscribe. 70% of my audience does not subscribe to The Mac Show. What are you doing? 70% of you are not in the hive, that means. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe. The subscribe button's free. It's low cost. It's low energy. It's right there. You can see it too. And if you're sitting there not hitting subscribe, I'm going to smack the fuck out you. Hit subscribe. Join the hive. You can have a play with Kajabi, but more importantly, join the hive line. I'll see you all for tomorrow's podcast, episode 126. Getting shit done, baby. Go out there and make some money.